What's good, guys? LM7 here, back with another review. This time we're hitting up the Mandalorian Starfighter from Season 7 of the Clone Wars. You can see Clone Wars based on the Clone Trooper logo. Ages 9 plus, 75,316, 544 pieces, and it is $59.99. 3 minifigures, which I'll get to in a moment. I thought this was personally going to be a exclusive set, but apparently it's not, which is fine by me. But this one I found was the hardest one to get. Even at the Lego store, they sold out of this one immediately. Back of the box, we see the features, which one of them is a feature that you just tell just by landing mode. And then all the other things. Not too much about this set. It is a cool set overall, but I think you'd get it for the minifigures instead, because 2 of them are brand new, never seen before, and 1 of them is also relevant to the Mandalorian show itself. So, can we see how good are we with visuals? There we go. I'll actually move the camera because dark minifigures are a pain. But while I'm thinking about it, here we have the instruction booklet. 600 pieces isn't too many. And there is the final model, 90 pages in, so pretty average size build. Nothing too crazy, easily done in a sitting for all build levels. But here we go. First minifigure is Gar Saxon in his Mandalorian armor based off of following Darth Maul. I think it looks fantastic. You can see the feet printing. I love the yellow visor. The horns on the helmet are nice. I like everything about it. He's got a newer type blaster instead of your standard pistol, which they always give. Pearl silver jetpack. Focus on him, not the other ones. Good lord. And he doesn't need a hairpiece because he's actually kind of bald, but they didn't give one anyway. But here's his face. I like the printing. He even has footsie printing. Always good for people to have the footsie printing. He does not have a dual-sided head. But his real draw, other than his red armor, is obviously the helmet, which I think looks fantastic. Even if the horns may be a little bit too big, that doesn't bother me. Our next minifigure you get is just a Mandalorian fighter. Just a regular soldier. You can say whoever you want it. The box actually calls it a loyalist. I like the leg printing. To me, personally, I think they did a good job. The color difference is nice. I gave him the visor. You can give him whatever accessories you want for the helmet, but I thought the visor was interesting, kind of Clone Trooper-esque. Standard black head, nothing underneath, so loyalist gets no special treatment. But other than the printing, there isn't too much special about him. You can make it whoever you want. You want it to be a female, male, whatever. Doesn't matter. However you want the loyalist to be. And then finally, a minifigure people have been waiting for a long time. Bo-Katan. It's finally a minifigure, been waiting for a couple years. And they did a great job on her helmet. Nice visor printing. Also has footsie printing. I think that's important. No arm printing, but doesn't really need it. The shine you can see is pretty good on the dark gray coloring. I like the blue. The bright blue accents are nice. She, because she's a named character, you can see her little headband that she has going on, dual-sided face. They even give her hairpiece, just like in the Bad Batch shuttle. So you don't have to necessarily use her with the helmet on, but I prefer her with the helmet on. But should you want to use scenes, you can either do based on scenes that are in the Clone Wars, or you can make some scenes off the Mandalorian, where she has her first live action appearance. That'll do for the minifigures. Majority of the set is, I'd imagine, buying the figures for this one. The ship itself is cool. I actually like it. A gauntlet class Starfighter is nifty. And I actually had the old one available to get, so I will compare the two at the end after we see the features. Feature 1 is, of course, landing mode. The wings fold up so it can land and then balance itself. Other than that, there's a little Technic ball joint that keeps them from going further than this. You want them to fly normally. And then in attack mode, you can rotate the fighter, just like you see in the show, like this, and then on the box, of course. Interesting design. I like how this ship is. I personally like, if I was going to play with it, back in my younger days, I'd probably play with it like this. It's more intimidating, I think, than the vertical. But vertical is cool if you're doing fast-paced scenes where you need to like avoid things and flip your wings around and all that fun stuff. Little bit of sticker detailing there towards the engines. Nothing too crazy on this one. The canopy piece does have 3 stickers on it, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You can see 2 stud shooters on either side of the main body. I like the detailing they do with these kind of pieces nowadays. There is a rotatable turret here in the back too, should you want to play like that, because you can fit 2 minifigures inside the body of the fighter, which is nice, just like the old one. And a little bit of look at the engines, nothing too crazy. On the underside you can see 2 spring-loaded shooters, so this really has all the play features you could want shooting wise. And put it back in landing mode. You can open the canopy. See on the inside, nothing crazy in there, just a spot for 2. There's not even any detailing really. It's a spot for 2 minifigures. They don't actually sit on anything because of their jetpacks. There's no studs on the inside, it's all tiled. But you can fit 2 minifigures, which is always a plus for me because I like to shove all the minifigures inside to save space. And then I always throw the hairpiece on top. But if you tilt the guns just right, you can still close it up and fit 2 minifigures inside. Strangest part of this set is they gave you an antagonist character, but they don't give him anything other than a blaster. Usually for sets like this, they would do the fighter and then he'd get like a baby speeder or something. Maybe a bonus. Not a huge deal. That doesn't matter to me. I think the ship is fine on its own. The sleekness of the wings. I like the shaping that they got here. Just the angles, the little grooves and stuff. Always nice. The old one doesn't have those type of angles. It's completely straight. And now I can show you that. Move this back a little bit. Let me get the old one. The older model that came out during the Clone Wars, it's landing gear even. Haven't used that in forever. The older one is just a touch bigger. Well, maybe not. I think the older one's just a little bit bulkier. Obviously, the color difference is noticeable. The older one is bright white and bright blue, where this newer one is darker, muted colors like gray, dark blue, stuff like that. The older one's a little taller. Wings are slightly longer. And it stands a little taller because the new one does not have landing gear. But overall, not too many differences. You can see the older one's a little bulkier. But everything back in those days was a little bulkier. They used different building techniques. Now we have so many specialized wedges that can make everything so much easier. Both the same price though. I think the newer one has more pieces, if I remember properly. But quickly before I wrap this up, I'll lower the wings here so you can see both of them with the wings lowered. The older one doesn't have the mechanism where the wings don't go too far down. So that's an improvement. But there you can see that the old one's really bulky in the wing department. Not that I like that actually. I thought that was cool back in the day. But the newer one's way sleeker. Disregarding the color. Either way, both decent sets. You can see that the guns are actually different. The blasters here are out. These are here. You can attribute that to different designs. This was pre-Vizsla's Mandalorian fighter anyway. But that'll do for the newer Mandalorian Starfighter. Again, it says it's from season 7, but you can also attribute this to season 2 of The Mandalorian, should you want, minus Gar Saxon, who's obviously a Clone Wars exclusive. But other than that, overall, really good set. I like it. A lot of playability. It's very sturdy. And younger builders will enjoy all the switching mechanisms that you can do. Many different options. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you wish. I understand it's inconsistent. But I appreciate it nonetheless. See you guys later.